everyone. Welcome back to our Thursday live streams for CASA. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I have been told that my internet's kind of laggy today. So BC, our communications director, wanted me to just put that out there in case my video goes off and then you see my headshot. That's still me. I'm here sitting on my couch. Today we've got Tasha Alexander with us. She's one of our first live CASAs. Um, she actually has been a CASA for 3 years in April this year. So 3 years ago, she took her first case. You're going to be able to ask her some questions about what it's like being a CASA. But we wanted to bring because we want to share with you how CASA has been able to adapt. And we kept going. We're still advocating for our children. We might not be in our office, but we're still doing it. Our volunteers are still hard at work for their children. We're still supporting them in any way that we can. I also want to quickly tell you that last night we had a virtual open house. So if you missed that live stream, please go back to our Facebook page and watch it. Kathy Nor did an amazing job doing our info session and answering tons of good questions. You get to see a virtual tour of our offices. And yeah, usually at those open houses, we also have a CASA volunteer come and talk to you guys. So today, like I said, we wanted to bring in Tasha so you can all ask her questions. She's awesome. She's so passionate about her work as a CASA, and she always loves sharing our message and the stories about her kids and all of that. So, hi, Tasha, if you don't mind saying a quick hello.
Hello.
Talk about your experience as a CASA really quickly.
So my experience has been amazing. I always tell people that CASA has been a blessing to me. I know that we advocate for kids and we advocate for kids, but the what you get in return is huge. It's definitely been a blessing to me just to be able to kind of step in and be that person for them. So it's been amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, so once again, CASA is still at work. Then we close our offices physically, but we're still working remotely, and our volunteers are still required to see their children. So normally, the requirement was for them to see them once a month at a minimum. Of course, most of our volunteers like to spend more time with their kiddos, but that was the minimum requirement. We upped the frequency of that, and now they are required to do bi-weekly visits, obviously virtually. We're still social distancing, of course. So, Tasha, if you want to tell us how that new adapting has been for you in your case, and how the upping of that frequency has benefited you and the children in your case.
So it's been kind of cool. We have been doing lots of videoing back and forth. It actually has been a little bit more of an increase. There's times in a week that I may speak to them 4 or 5 times in a week, videoing, texting. It's great talking on the phone. So we've been in contact very, very frequently. Yeah.
Awesome. And also, how do you think this whole coronavirus has impacted them specifically? I mean, it has been so crazy for all of us.
Right.
Every single one of us has had to make adaptations to our life, our work environment, family dynamics. How do you think it has specifically impacted the children in your case, and maybe children in the foster care system as a whole?
I think as a whole, and even with them, just being in the house, stuck in the house and having to find alternate things to do. They spent lots of time outside, which is great. Gotten out, played, got some fresh air, books, reading, movies. Were telling me about TV shows, random TV shows that they've been watching that they told me I needed to watch. But yeah, they've been able to adjust very, very well just by finding alternative things. So it's been.
Are they doing distance learning for school and everything?
There's that option. Their schools are closed until August, but they have the option to print off packets, which their family is doing. So yeah, they've been doing that to kind of stay refreshed with things they've already learned.
Wonderful. Have you also been able to stay in contact with their foster parents and the people involved in the case and all of that?
I talk weekly too. So, and sometimes multiple times a week, just checking on them, making sure they're okay, making sure nobody needs anything. Yeah, we've been in pretty constant contact.
Awesome. Yeah, so for those of you that are just joining us now, we have Tasha Alexander with us today. She's one of our rock star CASA volunteers, and she's here to talk about how we have been able to adapt and keep our advocacy going, advocating for the children in her case, even virtually. She's been able to FaceTime them using Zoom and other type of technologies to see them more frequently than she had before. So she's just telling us about that. Tasha, can you also tell us about your the support that you get from your supervisor? I'm going to talk to people about that role just because when you do get assigned to a case, you get a staff member, an advocate supervisor, and they are your lifeline for everything and everything. These people are full-time staff members, and their role is to support you as a volunteer. I know Tasha has an awesome advocate supervisor because Shannon is just wonderful. But if
Yeah.
you want to share with us your experience, the kind of support that she provides, not only during COVID-19, but throughout your case as a whole.
Right. Well, Shannon is amazing. Hi, Shannon. But I also had Kathy in the very beginning, and she was great too. The thing, I tell people over and over again is you have that support from day one. They're right there. If you need help going out on a visit, if you're scared to speak up in court, they're right there. Court reports. Like they're just a phone call away. I mean, there's times I talk to Shannon like multiple times a week. I'm like texting her, asking a question or needing some help with something. But all of the staff is like that. There's been times that maybe Kathy was sick or Shannon was sick. And, I remember one time Jakey went with me, he just picked up and just stepped in. You can tell that you guys are all on kind of one page, and it rolls like a clock. It's great. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree. We have a wonderful team. All of us are so mission oriented. We're there for these kids in the community that needs us. All of us are in the same page, and we're there to support you however you need to. If you're interested in becoming a CASA, we're going to put up the link to do that, instructions on how to do that. We are currently virtually screening applicants. In fact, we did a live stream last Thursday, Kathy North and myself. It was so successful. You guys had some really good questions. It had great engagement, and we actually received some applicants from it. We did an interview with one of them this morning, and it was so great. So thank you all for attending to our calls, because we know that there will be a surge on cases and kids that will need an advocate once all of this settles down a bit. So we're making that call right now for you to apply. Once again, we're virtually screening, so we're able to do that interview through Zoom or Teams or Skype, whichever platform is better for you. But we would love to have you. And if you have any questions about becoming CASA, feel free to email us. Tasha's right here, so take your chance. She's a real life CASA and an awesome one at that. So if it's for her, feel free to put it in the comments. Tasha, what prompted you to become a CASA 3 years ago? What was that like? You know what? You should do this.
So I do lots of volunteering, like specifically with children, but I just wanted something more, like where you could see that you were actually making an impact. And I worked at a child care center, and the director said, "Hey, Tasha, do you know about CASA?" And I was like, "No." So I went home, I looked it up. I called, I think I spoke to Kathy, maybe I spoke to someone, and the rest is history. I went in for the interview, I did the training, got sworn in, got a case. That's been it. I mean, it was kind of just something I just wanted more.
Awesome. So you just mentioned training, which is a great topic that I would like us for us to explore more. Can you tell us what kind of tools you got from that training, and if you really think it was beneficial for you to begin your journey as a CASA?
So that training is amazing. Like I've referenced back to it. I've even told you, Keith, that I want to come sneak in on the trainings that are going on. It's something that you're able to remember and you reference, from sitting in court to pairing up in groups and, doing mock cases. It was great. I mean, you cover so much material. It's awesome.
I agree. Our training department is wonderful. We have Nicole Dewberry, Director of Training, and Jackie Rivers, our training specialist. Between the two of them, they're a wealth of knowledge. They know so much about the child welfare field. They have worked formerly with DHS. So they're wonderful people. They're so good at engaging adults and just keeping you focused on the things that you need to learn in order to become an effective advocate. They're wonderful. And just to give you an idea for those of you that are watching, that are curious about training, Trainings once a week for 8 weeks. We do have multiple trainings per year. We're still working on the schedule for the one that comes next because we had one for the entire year planned out, but with recent events, we've had to make some adjustments to that, so we will be putting down our website soon. If you have any questions about training, feel free to email me or Kathy. We're going to put both our emails on the comments section. Um, you can also go to our website and find more information about all of those trainings. But once again, they're so good. They give you all the tools that you might need in order to become a CASA and start your journey. And then once you get that case, that's what you have your supervisor for, because training does a wonderful job for just laying that foundation, the groundwork. But then once you get into an actual case, you have that supervisor with you to go to court with you, to read your court reports, to bounce ideas off of you. So you can also share with them anything that you might want to suggest or recommend for the case. Tasha, I also want to ask you about court. A lot of people want to do this. They're like, you know what, helping children, that sounds awesome, but court is intimidating. And rightly so. You know, a lot of people don't have previous experience going to court. So can you tell us about what your experience going to court has been, and then again, the support that you receive from the supervisor during those court hearings and all of that?
Right. So I didn't have any experience either. And I mean, the training just really prepared me. I really wasn't nervous or anything. I knew that I had my supervisor there. Kathy was there. So I knew that if I got stumped or I didn't know something or nervous, she was right there. So it's not as bad, I think that people think it is. It's not. I mean, once you get to know everybody on your team, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not. And it's nothing like you see on TV. It's not like, Law and Order and gavel. Like the gavel. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. So no.
Yeah, I agree. And I just take into account that during the training process, you will get to court observation. You're actually required to court observation before you get sworn in as an officer of the court. During court watch, you just go to a bench and you sit like a fly on the wall. You get to see cases being called. You get to see the dynamics between the people in the courtroom, and you just observe and learn. I think a lot of people feel relieved once they have that experience during training, because they get to see that it's not at all intimidating. They also get to see that they're wanted in that courtroom. The judges want to hear from you. They want to know what you have to say about these children and the case that you're a part of. So you have a seat at the table, and they definitely want to know and hear from you. So once again, we're here with Tasha Alexander, a real life CASA. If you didn't have a chance to watch our open house last night, go back to our Facebook page and watch it. Kathy did an amazing job doing a virtual tour and answering people's questions and doing a mini info session on what we do, who we are, and what our mission is. Also, big shout out to BC. He's our communications director. He's always behind the scenes, but he's awesome at putting all of this on with the technology and everything. So every video, every live stream that you see, he's behind the scenes. We could not do it without him. So shout out to Kathy and BC and everyone on our team that keeps working so hard for our children. So we have a comment. It says, Tasha is amazing and we love her and all she does for the kids. Same. We also love Tasha, and yes, she is amazing. She's so passionate. She often comes to our open houses, lunch and learns, and she loves sharing her passion for CASA. Tasha, if someone were thinking about becoming a CASA, that was just in the back of their mind, they're like, oh, I don't know, should I do it, should I not? What would you say to them?
I would say, reach out and get more information, go down to the beautiful new office and, talk to someone, get more information, because, I mean, if you decide to be a CASA, it will change your life. It will change your life. I say that all the time, but it truly has changed mine.
And thank you for saying that, because we often share how you change a kid's life whenever you become a CASA, but those children also change your life. So thank you for sharing that, Tasha. We love having you in here because Kathy, Charlie and I, we're always in all these platforms, and all of you know our faces, and we can talk about CASA all day long, how much we love it. But hearing it from someone that's actually a CASA volunteer that is out in the trenches working for these children is so valuable. And I really hope you all can take this chance to ask her some questions or reach out to us if you have any questions, apprehensions, any concerns about becoming a CASA. We would love to talk to you about that. Like Tasha said, get information. Kathy and I love doing these info sessions, talking to people. Our job is not to force your the title of recruitment is weird because we're not trying to get you to sign up. We want to give you all the information so you can actually make an informed decision and you're committed and ready to go. To apply, you can go to okcasacounty.org, and then we have a little tab. Our website is really cute too, you guys, so you'll enjoy it. But you have a tab that says Become a CASA, and then once you click on that link, that will take you to another page where you can fill out the application. The application will come straight to us. You will receive an email either from Kathy North or myself. And then during this time, like I mentioned before, we're doing virtual interviews. So we can go ahead and get you scheduled for that, and then we will run background checks. We take our screening process very seriously, just because as a CASA, you have so much access to children and sensitive information that we need to get to know you really well. So we're gonna do a confidential interview. We're gonna check references. We're gonna do background checks, and once you're all good to go, we will have you down for the next training class. So once again, okcountycasa.org. And if you feel hesitant about applying and just want more information before then, we're going to drop my email here in the comments, and we'll go ahead and contact you and answer all the questions that you might need. So we have a question here. How's CASA doing training with the COVID issue? So currently we have a virtual class going. That class began, I believe, 3 weeks ago. So through Zoom, we are adapting the way that we teach the classes, or the way that our training department teaches the classes. As of right now, we don't know how that's going to play out for the next few weeks. So we're hoping we get these people sworn in and assigned to cases. Hopefully, I actually don't know the specifics, so I don't want to say anything that I'm not supposed to, but hopefully for the next training, we're able to do it at our office. Knock on wood, I don't have any wood near me, but hopefully we'll be able to hold our next training class in our very own building. Beautiful building, by the way, that we just got a few months ago. Once again, if you haven't seen it, go watch the open house video from last night where Kathy gives you a virtual tour of the whole office. So to answer your question, we don't know yet how we're going to do training, the next training session. So hopefully it's at our building, but we don't know just yet. And then we have another question. Is any particular job issue with CASA, like working for PD or schools? Not at all. Actually, we have tons of CASAs that are teachers, police officers, we have lawyers, we have nurses. We don't require a specific background. However, the only conflict of interest that we might find is when we have a DHS worker wanting to become a CASA. I won't say it's prohibitive, but we do have to take that into account when it comes to case disclosures and some information that they might have access to. But everything is case by case. But no, if you work for a school or PD, that should not be an issue at all. In fact, Tasha, you're a teacher, correct?
Yes. That's something else I was going to say. So a lot of times, people say, I'm thinking about it, but I don't have time. From the time that I took the case 3 years ago, I've worked 2 jobs and sometimes 3. You figure out how to make time. You see them once a month. There's phones, there's video, there's ways to connect with them when you're not out seeing them. But there's ways to do it. I mean, like I said, I've worked 2 and 3 jobs and was still able to actively be there for them. Same thing with it being on the financial side. It doesn't require that you pour out all of this money. I mean, we've gone to parks. We've also gone to arcades and things. We've gone to the movies. Sometimes we just grab food and go hang out somewhere. It's not a huge burden. It's not a huge time burden, and it's not a huge financial burden. It's not.
Thank you for mentioning that, Tasha. A lot of people ask us about the time commitment, and like like them, they have full time jobs just like you do. Our most of our things are very flexible. The only things that are not flexible is training and court hearings, just because training happens at a set schedule. And court hearings, we're not the ones that schedule those as well. So those are the only things that are not flexible. Everything else can be done in your own time. Visiting with your child or children, phone calling, texting, emailing the people involved in the case. That is only done in your own time. So, yes, it is doable. And once again, you do not need to have a specific background, specific profession. We love our diversity in backgrounds. We want to have all the teachers, all the accountants, all the engineers, all the doctors, everyone that wants to step up to the plate and help the kids in your community. Because that's it, it's the kids in our communities. These kids are in your zip code, in my zip code, they're in my backyard, your backyard, they're everywhere. And Kathy North, our director of recruitment, always says that a community issue requires a community response. And that's what we see with classes. Just like Tasha said, she felt the need to step up and help the children in her community. 3 years later, here she is, still doing it. And the way she has impacted the lives of these children, I can't even begin to explain that, and we can't give you any details, but we all know that she has made a huge difference in this children's life. Just before we actually began this live stream, she was telling me that last night, one of the children in her case called her because they got a new puppy. Like, that is just, imagine having that safe adult outside of your foster, whoever the situation might be, to call them and tell them that you just got a puppy. They just wanted to share that with Tasha because they know that she's there. She's that consistent adult that has been with them throughout this whole ordeal of them being in DHS custody. So thank you, Tasha, for everything that you do. You're awesome, and we so appreciate you and all our CASA volunteers. Once again, if you want to be a rock star like Tasha, please go to okcountycasa.org and apply. If you have any questions before applying, which is completely normal, this is a big commitment. And the people that have questions or apprehensions and hesitations, they take it seriously. And those are the people that we want for our children. We want people that take this seriously. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me. Kathy and I are always happy to chat with you about any questions that you might have. Before COVID-19, the before and after that we will know. We used to go around the city and post about coffee shops, and then we will meet with people that will come with long list of questions. That was so exciting for Kathy and I, because those are the people that we want. We want you to have questions. We want you to have taken it seriously and be like, you know what, am I the right person? And I guarantee you, you are the right person. If you're hesitant about that, yes, you are. Like Tasha has been saying, it has changed your life, and I'll guarantee you'll also change yours. So once again, we know that there will be more cases. There will be a surge in cases, and we will definitely need more advocates once things settle down a little bit. So please apply. Or if you know anyone that might be interested, feel free to share this live stream with them. We have tons of information on our Facebook and our website. So please reach out if you're interested in becoming an advocate, or if you have any questions about becoming an advocate.
Something else I'll kind of throw in too is CASA is one of those organizations where you see where your money is going. So, Giving Tuesday, Facebook fundraisers. I mean, I've had some on my Facebook before. You see where it's going. If you're sitting back wanting to give to CASA and to those kids, because you're going to see where it's going.
Yes, thank you. Feel free to support us can. That can be like Tasha just mentioning, financially, or applying to become a CASA. Also sharing our message. We're very active on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Feel free to share all our postings and videos and information that we have, because there's someone out there that you know and that follows you on Facebook, that is friends with you, that will be interested. So feel free to share our message. And yeah, that's another way to support us. There's plenty of ways to support us. So thank you for that, Tasha. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and watching us. This has become so fun. We do it every Thursday at 2 p.m. We've had we had staff members, that we had another volunteer previously, and today we have Tasha Alexander, who's another Rockstar volunteer. She talked to us about how COVID-19 has impacted her children in her case, and how she has been able to adapt and still advocate for them in a different way. That's what all our volunteers are doing right now. Our advocacy supervisors are still hard at work. Everyone in our program is still hard at work for our children, the children in our community. So please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. There's no a dumb question. This is something that is a big commitment, and we like people to take it seriously. So feel free to reach out. And I'm repeating myself, but if you did not get to see the open house last night, please go to our Facebook page and watch it. You'll get to see a virtual tour of our building, which is beautiful. Cannot wait to go back. But Kathy Nor also gives an info session on our mission, our role, who we are, the requirements to become a CASA, and all those frequently asked questions that people have. So please go back and watch that if you have the time. Share it with your friends, but it's great information to have, just to know who we are. Once again, okcasacounty.org. Apply or reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you, Tasha, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Always being willing to share your message. You're so passionate, and we absolutely love that. Thank you
I
for being
love you guys. It's great.
awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, for watching us. You're probably tired of seeing our faces, but we'll be back.